Hi, and welcome to a new inbox review. Slightly different angle from my usual, and in fact I'm trying out a new camera, so let's see how we get on. But to get straight to the point, this is the kit we're looking at today. The new, well, I say new, relatively new ICM Tiger, King Tiger or Tiger 2 or Kpfw 6. This one is with the Henschel turret, late production. Yeah, ICM kit looks pretty good. Nice bit of box art there. Bit of detail on the side here. Kit number is a 35363. And there's a little bit of information on the tank itself. It says the box contains unassembled plastic model kit, length 290mm, height 92mm, and includes 264 parts. Usual stuff, cement and pack needed to finish. A bit more information on the side here. Really the same stuff. Picture of it here, sort of in a sort of winter whitewash, and again a bit more on this side. This is actually one I picked up on eBay second hand. It's all sealed and new, which is nice, although I have had a very quick look at it. The box itself's got a bit battered and transit, but it's sealed in a fairly nice sturdy box. I've actually put a few other bits in here, which I'll get rid of. These are nothing to do with the actual kit. There's some extras that I'll be using when I put it. Excuse my head there. Start with the instructions. Let's see if we can bring you in a little bit closer. So again, on the front here we've got a little bit of information on the actual tank, weight and length of the real vehicle and stuff like that, so on and so forth. We've got a paint guide here which is in Revel and Tamiya colours. Interesting combination there. And then we go crack on, and we've got the basic sprue layout. Turn the page, a bit more sprue layout there, and then we start on the build. We start off with the sort of basic. There's not much of an interior in this kit, but obviously you've kind of got the gun muzzle here, and then you go straight into the building of the turret itself. Quite nice detailed instructions. Again, there we go. Two-piece barrel, so you know they might look to replace it for a metal one. And then we go straight through the turret. Various bits and pieces going on here. Fairly standard sort of stuff. And then we go through onto the building the main sort of body. It's sort of it's not a complete tub by the things like a lot of these kits, these Tiger kits. It's kind of two sides with the sort of rods in the middle, and then we have a sort of centre piece that the tyres stick to. There's some additional sort of strips in the middle here. Through the build, come onto the actual top there, which is a one piece. Then we've got the sort of arms for the wheels, road wheels. Then it goes through the road wheel section. Then we've got the exhaust at the back there, and the back going on, various bits and pieces, hooks and things, various doors, cable, looks like it's probably just a plastic cable in this one, various tools and bits and pieces going on the back. Let's just move these out of the way. Then we've got these plastic one-piece tracks, turret going on, aerial, and complete. Nice colour call-outs actually in colour, which is nice. Nice addition, a bit better than the sort of black and white colour call-outs you get. And you've got 3 or 4 different skins. Looks like we've got 4 different. We've got a whiter, winter, and all sort of sand. And then we've got the sort of various 3-tone camo options at the back there. So that's nice. As that's already to hand. We've got a nice clear looking decal sheet there. Not much to it. Very, very glossy. Hopefully these will go down well. I've had experience with ICM decals before, and frankly they were awful. But these actually look much, much nicer, so fingers crossed they'll be okay. So I'm just going to pop that down there and we'll get straight into the parts. Move this out of the way. It all comes in one giant bag, although it is fairly well protected. So the main turret, it's got a bit scuffed in the bag. Sorry, let's bring you in a little closer here. See how that looks. It's quite nicely detailed. Sorry, that's my compressor going off in the background. You've got some weld seam details there, nicely moulded. Doesn't seem to be any sink marks or anything horrible in there. So that's good. Then we go on to, we've got the top part here. Again, it's quite nicely moulded. There's not much of a sort of texture. I'd imagine the real metal would have a bit of texture to it, but the detail is generally quite nice. Come out a little bit. This has been protected by a bit of bubble wrap, which is nice. Again, this is the part in the middle. That's probably the bit we're interested in. Sorry, if it'll focus. There we go. And you've got sort of various details on the bottom, sort of inspection hatches and things like that, which is quite good. Pop this around here. Oh, and the trouble with packaging everything in a bag, you can't see this at the moment, but various little parts have fallen off into the bag, so I'm going to leave them in there so they don't go missing. The quality of the bag's quite good, so hopefully it won't disappear. And then we go through the rest of the bits. Again, it's all quite nice. There's no flash. You know, you wouldn't expect that really from a modern kit. You've got obviously some track links here for the tracks that are going to the side of the hull. Various wheels, bits and pieces, all moulded quite nicely. Nothing really to concern us there. These bits are pretty much just a copy. So there we go, we've got the same. It's exactly the same sprue as you've just seen. And again, by the looks of things, because obviously there's quite a lot of road wheels, bits and pieces, and then again, excuse me, we've got various bits and bobs there as well, but again it's pretty much this sort of duplicate of that one. Interesting, a lot of the sprues seem to be broken up here. Again, it's all pretty good. There's no obvious sink marks or anything unpleasant. And then you come on to the main gun barrel. It's in two pieces, so if you are going to stick with the plastic gun barrel, some cleaning up there. We've got our ropes here, the cupola at the top. There's a bit of texture to that. Yeah, I mean, it all looks pretty good, very neat, but then what I suspect is going to be perhaps a slightly disappointing part of the kit, although I don't. You've got these rubber tracks. Now, interestingly, sorry, I don't know where you can see that, they're actually in two pieces for each side. The detail itself, you know, again for rubber, sorry it's not focusing, is okay. I don't know whether these can be glued or whether they actually have to be heated. Let's have a quick look at the instructions again, see if it actually indicates that. I didn't notice. What would be useful. It doesn't actually say. You can see here it just shows you sticking them on, so maybe they are actually gluable. It certainly doesn't indicate that any heat's required, which would be at least that's something. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how they go. Obviously, these could easily be replaced. There's various aftermarket tracks out there. I would say that this kit's probably aimed at certainly more the beginner when it comes to armour. You know, compare it to things like the new Meng and the Takum and you know, Dragon, or even, you know, probably the Tamiya kits. It's a relatively simple build by the looks of things. We've not got a massive number of parts. There's certainly no. I've noticed there's no clear parts for any of the sort of glazing that you'd get. So it's going to build into a fairly simple kit, but I think with some careful weathering, maybe a bit of aftermarket, maybe a metal barrel, or some photo etch grills here, you know, you should be able to produce quite a nice Tiger tank out of it, quite honestly. You know, if you're looking something, you know, you're fairly new to the hobby and you're looking for something fairly simple to build, I would say it's a good choice, because I think it'll go together. It looks like it's going to go together nicely and build into a nice kit. Well, I hope that's useful. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.